Howdy, Jacob here. Today we're looking at Super Microcomputer, company 113 of our high ROIC screener. I assume people have heard of this company. It came around like fire recently through the AI hype, but we're going to do a deeper dive and analysis to see where we think the company is truly worth and where we think an appropriate buy price would be. Immense growth here. They're in the technology, hardware, storage, and peripherals industry. 1.5 billion in 2014 to 7 billion in 2023. Humongous growth. Return on invested capital recently being very impressive, but historically averaging high single digit, low double digits. We do see that operating margin is almost double what it was from 10 years ago. Gross margin is up a couple percentage points. Very impressive. Balance sheet does not show a whole lot of debt. 120 million in long-term debt, 170 million short-term debt, and enough cash to pay it off. So definitely no concern on the balance sheet. Cash flow statement shows pretty up and down actually. Not as consistent as I would have thought. We are seeing very heavy in 2023 free cash flow of 630 million, but even the rolling 12 is actually negative, producing negative free cash flow. And on an average basis, you're not looking at a lot. So not as attractive as I would have thought. It looks like their earnings are very consistent, but cash flow is the lifeblood of the business, and we're seeing that it's fluctuating pretty heavily. I think, use of cash, a little bit on acquisition, quite a bit of share repurchases, paying down debt and such. I think I'm ready to make some assumptions here. Let's go revenue growth. I think that there's going to be immense growth here. I'm probably going to be a bit more conservative than some other people that run this analysis. I'm just innately a more conservative individual, but I think 10% for me, 10% probably seems pretty reasonable. They might grow greater than that, but I think that based on what I'm seeing, I'm pretty comfortable with the 10% growth rate annually. 20 on the PE, the price free cash flow at the end of 7 years. I think that's pretty appropriate. I think that there is still a lot of growth. They're already a great company and they're already huge, but AI, we don't know what it's going to look like. And I think that there's going to be a lot of capability for growth beyond year 7. And then for margins, probably do pretty close to an average. These margins are very low in comparison to what I would have thought. So pretty interesting there. But oh gosh, this looks bad. This is saying that it needs to fall 90+% to get a 15% return with these assumptions. I mean, I could maybe see how it's just the margins recently are very high. If they can hold that, even if they were to get 10%, is still looking wildly overpriced. So to me, I use conservative estimations to forecast what I think the company is worth and where I think a good buy price would be. And based on my assumptions here that I feel, might be conservative, but I feel comfortable with, I'm just saying that it looks quite a bit expensive at this price. And I mean, no surprise because it jumped very heavily from AI hype and everything. But I think that, I think that they could possibly have growth that substantiates it. But you have to think what's the most probable outcome. And I just don't see investing in this company right now having the highest probability of success based on the fact that they're just going to have to grow like crazy and have explosive margins and such that they just haven't had historically. But anyways, I hope you enjoy the video and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.